Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. The lady whom her boyfriend openly collected the car he bought for her is now trying to explain her own side of the story. If we could recall, there was a video I even posted a few days ago regarding a man who was standing in front of a moving vehicle and saying his girlfriend must drop the car keys and leave the car, which they were contemplating, but finally she came out of the car, gave him the car keys, and he drove off and left with the car. She is a Ghanaian lady and she has taken to her social media to narrate how her UK based boyfriend made sure that he collected everything he bought for her after they had issues. And according to the lady, she is saying that she lied to the man that she was pregnant. Guys, are you hearing this? And he started sending her money and other items in preparation for the birth of a baby. Why would you go to this extent? Can you see how some people can decide to cook up a very terrible lie like this? Isn't this too much? Wow. He later found out that she was lying and sent some men to go retrieve all those items at the house where she stayed. And then this is her own full story. She is giving the reason why she had lied to him, that she was pregnant, that she had a reason for that. And she had penned down something which I would like you to also hear directly from her so you would understand that this is exactly what the lady said and why she did what she had done. She said this: 3 years ago, I met a man at a program. It was Christmas and we were having fun and dancing around. This gentleman came to stand behind me and started dancing with me. I didn't want to embarrass him, so I continued dancing with him. He held my waist and I didn't complain. I danced with him like I'd known him before the program. He looked like a decent man, judging from the way he was dressed. I was walking to get a drink when he asked my name. My name is Ivy, that's what she responded. And you? My name is Hamza. Hamza, are you a Muslim? No, I am not. I'm only bearing the name. Ivy, can I be your friend? Why not? If only you won't give me troubles. He gave me his number. I called so he could have my number too. For the rest of the night, we sat at a corner and we talked. He was in Ghana from the UK for the holiday. I asked a lot of questions and he answered. He asked a lot of questions and I answered too. When the program was over, he offered to take me home. I said I'm okay. I came with a friend and I will be fine going home with her, so don't worry. He said, then I will call you sometime. I said I will be expecting your call. That's how the friendship started. So one day he proposed. I said it's been only 2 weeks since we met. Don't you think we need to study each other a bit? Come to think of it, a man your age and experience, don't you have a wife or someone you're emotionally committed to? He answered, I wish I had. I've wasted a lot of my youth trying to get money without thinking about family. Now that the truth has dawned on me, I have to get someone before I turn 45. I asked questions, a lot of questions about his life and why he didn't have a girlfriend. He sounded convincing. So 2 weeks after his proposal, I said yes to him. Not too long afterward, it was time for him to return to the UK. When he was about to go, he introduced me to a friend of his, Sammy. He told him, "Take care of her for me and make sure no one snatches her from me." We laughed about it, and from that day on, Sammy became a guardian of some sort. While he was away, we talked a lot each day. We did video calls often and got naughty when we ought to be. There was one thing he kept hammering in his conversations with me: they need to have a child as soon as possible. He said, "When I come this Christmas, you have to prepare. You'll get pregnant before I go back to the UK." At first, I didn't take him seriously until he said it often for me to know he was serious. I asked, "Get pregnant before marriage?" He said, "I don't mind getting married before the pregnancy, but the pregnancy is very important. You see my age. I need a child before I turn 45." The way he talked about having a child got me concerned. So I spoke to his friend Sammy. He said, "My guy has suffered and maybe wants a child to keep him calm." His answer didn't make sense, but I took it like that. And then he came back to Ghana and we got intimate several times. During this time here, I met a lot of his friends and some people he called family. He introduced me to them as his future wife. We met his sisters. I became very close to their last born, Akos. That's the name of the last born. We went out often, and whenever his brother was coming to see me, she came with her. Akos didn't know that I met his brother the year before. She thought I just met his brother. So when his brother finally left for the UK, she told me, "You better don't take my brother seriously. If he gives you money, chop. When he's in the UK and with his wife, he won't mind you." I asked, "Your brother is married?" She asked, "He didn't tell you?" I said, "No." She said, "That's surprising because all the ladies he normally brings home, he tells them that he's married." I told her, "So why would he do that?" He asked me to give him a child. When Akos realized how deep the thing goes, she stopped talking. She said, "It looks like I'm the one being the gossip. Please don't mention to my brother that I told you this. Find your way around it." From further investigation, I realized he had been married for 4 years and lives with the wife in the UK. The wife wasn't able to give birth due to some issues she had just a year after their marriage. That was the reason why he was going around with me, asking me to give birth for him. I was very angry, disappointed, and felt let down, but I decided to play along, just like his sister told me. If he gives you money, chop it. I decided to pick a fast one on him. One morning during a video call, I told him my period had delayed for 4 days. "It hasn't happened like this before." He said, "Should I start to jubilate?" I said, "Not yet. Maybe it's just delayed." He kept asking about it every day until one day I told him I tested and it's positive. He was so happy he didn't know what to do. He started making promises. "I'll give you this and I'll give you that. Just take care of the baby well for me." Every month he sent me 600 euro. There was a car he gave to Sammy to sell. He told Sammy to give the car to me. He started shipping baby products to me. If I told him I had a headache, The next day, he would send me money to go to the hospital. Every night when we had a video call, he would say, "Let me see how my baby is doing." I would push out my stomach and put the camera on my stomach and pretend my tummy is coming. When he's in good mood, he would send me money the next day. When he complained that my stomach wasn't growing up as expected, I also complained. Then he told him the nurses said it was normal. At 5 months, I couldn't continue the lie again. So I started avoiding video calls. I gave one excuse after another until I realized he was getting uncomfortable. For 3 days, he called and I didn't pick. When I finally did, I told him I was admitted to the hospital. I miscarried the baby. He said calmly, "You've been lying to me." I said, "Lying to you? How?" He said, "You were not pregnant." I said, "How would you say that? How would you think that of me, that I've been lying about the pregnancy? How?" He cut the call. I called back, he didn't pick. The next morning, Sammy came to my house with two other guys. He said, "Hamza said we should come for the car." I saw the other two guy talking to Hamza on his phone. Hamza was screaming, "Collect everything." I made shipments of baby products to her. "Collect all." I sent some clothes and shoes. "Collect that too. Go inside her room. Everything there is mine." They took everything, even shoes he sent that I had worn. They took all of them. In the evening, Hamza called me and started ranting. "You are a liar, and I regret the day I saw you. God will punish you for deceiving me. In fact, I want my money back. All the money I've sent to you." I said to him, "God will punish you for lying to me instead. Aren't you married? Why didn't you tell me? You wanted to use me as a baby making machine, right? Do you think I'm stupid? Go to my bank account and collect your money there." It turned to exchange of words until he cut the line. He took what he can take, but he couldn't collect the money from me. Every work was some benefit, and those monies were my benefit. So this is what the lady has to narrate. It's looking dicey, but at the same time, it's so funny. Because, one, in the first place, why should that guy lie to the lady? I think this is a mistake some people make. That's where transparency and honesty comes into play. What this lady did to him wasn't right, but on the other hand, it would seem like she is just trying to give him his own share of deceiving her. Why would you, as a married man, lie to a single lady you've just met that you are not married? That was the first mistake he made. And secondly, you as a married man, what are you trying to do with another single lady whom you know that this person is at her prime to get married and to settle down? Indirectly, you're just going to cut her own destiny or her own suitor short for her. This kind of commitment where the man will now insist the lady should take in for him. And if she had fallen to that, who knows what would have come to be her own end? She would have ended up maybe being a single mother. And this man may just come, just as he collected these things. How is she sure that he won't send thugs to come and take the baby away from her? And who will know how to locate him because he's not in the same country with her? She is in Ghana and he is based in the UK. Except those his friends, if they get them arrested, they can locate the Hamza. But notwithstanding, the mistake started from this man. What this lady did wasn't right, but I think she felt for him lying to her, she needed to give him his own share of the pain she received after knowing that he was married. Then she now lying that she was pregnant and all of that. I think it did not make any sense. She would have outrightly let him know then that I already know you're married and I can't play along with you. I think it would have been much more better than carrying the man along and you know that he really needs a child. It's so painful because when you are in that shoes of people who are looking for children, you wouldn't know how desperate it is and how eager they are to have a child. It's not easy staying without a child, especially when you are married. I understand the angle that Hamza is also coming from. He was very eager to have a child, and probably he may not be ready to adopt. He wanted someone who will still have his own bloodline, and that was the reason why he decided that he wants to get a lady pregnant so that he can have a child. And issues like this, I think there's a way he could have sat down with his wife and discussed with her. There are some people that are called surrogates, where you and your partner would accept, okay, this person will carry the child, and the child will still have the bloodline of the husband, in the sense that they would have some medical things done and the woman will still have the baby and the baby will still carry the blood of that particular man. And some women accept with their husband to have surrogates where you still have the bloodline flowing. I think it would have been better if he had gone to this point where him and his wife would decide that. And there are some cases, though, where the man will sit with his wife, or even the wife sometimes would even be the one to suggest that, okay, they would get somebody who would take in for the man. But in some of those cases, they are dangerous because some of these women, after they would agree with you, they will carry your baby. At the end, some of them will run away with the baby, or some of them will collect what they have what they would need to collect as the agreement or the payment. And later in life, they may come back saying they want their child and all of that. Some of these things end up causing problems. But sometimes it has worked out for some people where the wife was even the person who suggested that the husband should get a lady that will take in for him. They may pay her off and all. Then when the baby is born, she would now take care of the baby after the period where the baby is done with nursing, because they may need breast milk and all of that. But they have a way of going about it. I understand being desperate to have a child. It's really, really frustrating, and people could go to any length. In a situation like this, it would have been better if he had sat down with his wife and they should come up with something if he really wanted to have a child that will carry his own bloodline. Otherwise, the other option is to adopt. And most times, this agreement that they have with either the surrogate or someone who carry a child, they usually have a lawyer so that there will be an agreement that will be signed so that that person would not come back later in life and claiming that you stole her child from her and run a DNA and all of that. So all of that would not come into play. But notwithstanding, Hamza didn't get this right at all. This is a young lady who would expect, okay, a man who has come to her and he even proposed to her. You don't deceive people like that. You don't carry people along with your lies and deceit. That's deceit, that's lie. Because for him to propose to her, she even said yes after 2 weeks, was even one of the worst things that Hamza did. If he didn't even propose to her, it would have been better. Then you expect a young lady now anticipating, oh, she's engaged, she's about getting married. You know the excitement in ladies, which is normal for a lady to be happy that a man whom she is dating has proposed to her, even though for her, she felt that this was too fast. It was just 2 weeks, and then into the relationship, the man has just proposed to her, which looked very suspicious because they didn't know much about each other. That was the first and the second mistake that he actually did to this lady. She felt so heartbroken. She felt so deceived. Like, how will this man propose to her? And even now, wants to use her to get a child for himself. It's so devastating that some people would decide to go to this length with a man or with another woman. And if she had played along and gotten pregnant for him, well, only God knows how hers would have ended with Hamza and the baby. But notwithstanding, I think it's an eye opener again for ladies. Please, ladies, Be very observant, be very careful. Don't be carried away with this thing, engagement. But I'm glad she was even not so okay with the whole thing after he had proposed. She felt it was too fast. She didn't really get that excitement of, oh, he has proposed, I'm so happy. She still asked questions and he was responding to her in a positive way. But good a thing that his own family member had revealed the truth to her, and which now made her so heartbroken. But then, girl, ladies, please be very, very careful, especially when the relationship is kind of a distant relationship where the guy is in a different state or a different country entirely from where you're based, and you guys only see over the phone, you Zoom or video calls, or you talk over the phone, and that's it until he comes again to see you in the country or the state where you are. Be very, very careful. A man that you can't see or know more about him because he's not around, it's a red flag for you to be very watchful and be sure of what you are getting yourself involved into. Good a thing that Ivy decided she would carry out her own investigations and not being carried away with all the money and everything. And see how he now acted, now collected everything from her, even up to the shoes she had worn. I think at some point it's like a trending thing for some men right now. If a lady does something that has upset them, or she is either cheating on them, the next thing is for them to collect everything that they had given to that lady. Then you would now ask yourself, those gifts you were giving to her, wasn't it out of love in the first place? Were you giving it to her as a way to keep her? Because going back to collect a gift you gave to somebody, does it really make any sense? You saw the other video that I posted where the man went to meet the girl in a restaurant, took even the shoes and the wig, picked up everything from her, even the engagement ring, and walked away publicly. Another one was the man who had to go and demolish a very big building he built for his girlfriend when she had ended the relationship after he built a house for her. He had to bring the whole building down after all the expenses, and it was a well furnished building. So, right now, ladies should also be very careful. The men are not taking things very easy or lightly as they used to. Now it's like a gift given to you is just like a bait. If anything goes wrong, I get back the gift I gave to you. Please, men, stop deceiving young ladies. For those of you that are into acts like this, you're after your own selfish interest. Hamza seeking for a baby at all costs led him to deceive a young lady and even go to the extent of proposing to her. Desperation has led a lot of people to doing some horrible things. On the other hand, you wouldn't blame Ivy for the action she took, even though it was wrong. You don't lead somebody on like that. Though she felt deceived, and so she wanted to also deceive him, since he deceived her of saying he wasn't married while he was married, and then you are now carrying the lady along, even proposing to her. That was so terrible. You now want to hook her at one corner, and then maybe after the baby is born, maybe he may even break up with her and then send people as he did to come and pick up the baby and leave. Please, women, don't be carried away with anything that is coming from a man. Watch and observe, and don't be in a hurry to accept commitment, especially when you guys don't even know yourselves well enough for you to say yes to him. And investigate more when the guy is not in the same country or state with you. Guys, please learn to be honest with whomever you meet. And when you have a wife, stay away from other single ladies, especially when you're trying to commit them into having another relationship with you and deceiving them that you are not married. Meanwhile, you have your ulterior motive. It doesn't pay for you to deceive a young lady whom you know that is out there and hoping for her own husband to come, and then you come around at that time and you give her high hopes and excitement, and the next thing is it was all lies. It's so heartbreaking. Please don't treat any woman like that. Never carry anybody along in a deceitful way. Be honest, be straightforward, and let the person understand that I am married. It can't go beyond just being friends. And also let your wife know, because it's even bad and terrible if your wife comes to find out that you're engaging someone even behind her back. How heartbreaking would that be? Please, some men that act without thinking about the feelings of their wives at home. Always think, especially when you are married. Always place your wife's feelings too in front of you. How will she feel when she gets to find out? But who knows, maybe him and his wife had all planned it together, that was the only way for them to get a child. Nobody can say, because the wife is not in the picture of this whole thing and they never mentioned anything about her. Some women can support their husbands. Okay, fine, go ahead. If that's the only way you can get the child for us, go ahead and get the child. At least the child still have your blood in his veins. Some women can say yes to that proposal, and some will say no. Some, it's their husbands that will just go behind their back to take a decision like this. Please think twice before you act, and always consider your wives at home. Don't deceive her, because place yourself in her shoes. If it was your wife who would go out there to go and get engaged to another man and you get to find out, I'm sure you wouldn't find that funny, or you wouldn't take that lightly. Both parties, always consider your partner. Both the woman, always consider your husband. Both the woman, always consider your husband before you take any kind of drastic action. Place his feelings in front of you too. It goes both ways, because both of you are humans. You both have feelings. What you not want your husband to do to you, don't do it to him. And husbands, what you know that you would not want your wives to do to you, don't do it to them. And stop going out there to deceive young girls, single girls, when you know you are already committed. Ivy was so heartbroken, and that is why she had to go to the extent she did to deceive Hamza, because Hamza had already deceived her. Ladies, please be very, very watchful. Don't be carried away with what you see from some of these men that are not out for real, who are just out for their own selfish interests. Look before you leap. Please, women. Friends, if you have anything to say, you can put that down at the comment section. Thank you for coming up today. I know this has taken a very long period of conversation. It's because it has to do with the individual coming out to speak up by herself, and things like this. You don't reiterate what the person has said, you just say it directly, so that people would understand that it's coming directly from the horse's mouth. Please not forget to hit on the like button, and also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Friends, I'm here today to talk about how to start up a new YouTube channel. So for those that are looking to start up a new YouTube channel, probably you've been trying to figure out how to go about it, or you have been trying to see what it entails or what you need to start. That's why I'm here today, to give you the easy way for you to get this done. Not just the easy, but the best method, and also to give you, or to talk about, the best teacher who will give you all that is required for you to start up your own YouTube channel. This is a teacher. He is really successful with his YouTube, and he has been a teacher for so long now. Teacher is Matt Pa. He's going to give you a step-by-step method on how to start up your own YouTube channel. No stone unturned. Every step of the way, he's going to lead you through it. You have links that you can actually reach out to him and communicate with him directly. That's Matt Pa there. You can see the huge successes he has made in YouTube. You can see his silver, you can see the gold, you can also see his revenue that he's actually making on YouTube, which is very huge. He is going to give you a YouTube step-by-step tube mastery class every step of the way, from the beginning of the opening of the channel to how you can start up and put up your videos. He is leaving no stone unturned, like I said. So for those that are seeking for how to start up their own YouTube channel, this is the easiest and the fastest way for you to have access to this particular teacher who is honest and straightforward, and you will enjoy every bit of the class and you will have lots of gain. At the end of your class, you will have lots to hold on to and to start up your own YouTube channel. It's going to be like an ABC class starting from the scratch. So please, for those of you that are interested in starting up your own YouTube channel, Mathpa, he is the teacher and you will have direct access to him. I'm dropping the link below. So please, you just click on that link and you will have access to Mathpa's class. He is going to give you the whole content of YouTube and all that it takes for you to be successful in YouTube, and how to start YouTube from the scratch. Like I said, and I'm going to repeat, he's leaving no stone unturned. And it's so interesting that if you have any kind of complaint, no matter the time you have this complaint or you are confused about anything, you can communicate directly to him and he will give you a response as soon as he gets your question or as soon as he gets your mail or anything you're trying to confirm from him. He is quick at responding and he will give you the right answers. And even if you go elsewhere to search, you find out that what he is saying is actually true. He wouldn't mislead you. So please, for those of you that want to start your own YouTube channel from the scratch and see how you can be successful on YouTube, please go to this link, click on the link below, so you'll have access to the teacher. That's the teacher there you can see and see his success. You can go through that and then you click on the link so that you can have direct access to Mathpa himself. This teacher, you will enjoy and enjoy every bit of the classes that he's going to give to you. So friends, do not forget to click the link below so you have access to Mathpa's Tube Mastery class, and he will give you the best teaching for YouTube you will really need to start your own channel. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please, for those that have not subscribed, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you once again, and God bless you all.